Soul is the latest Pixar Studios movie and was dropped on Christmas to Disney Plus. So I haven't been around in a little bit. I haven't reviewed anything in I think like 2 weeks. I don't know. I just kind of needed a break from it. That'll happen sometimes. A lot of schoolwork, a lot of family stuff. It's Christmas, obviously. But yeah, I do plan. I have a couple of videos planned. I have a big Blu-ray thing planned because I got a lot of Blu-rays recently. I'm planning on obviously doing my year-end stuff, which will be coming shortly. It will be my top 10 movies of 2020, top 10 worst movies of 2020, and then ranking every movie that I saw this year. So look forward to those movies coming out, or those videos dropping very, very shortly. Most likely it'll be in January for the most part. But there will be more reviews coming since there was a lot of movies dropped when I was gone. And I have this big roundup review planned for the end of the year. So look forward to that. With all that out of the way, I was pumped for Soul. I had seen the trailers for it when it seems like a year ago now, and I've been eagerly anticipating it ever since. Even though everything that Pixar has released since Coco has been pretty disappointing. Not to say that any of these movies are bad or even that unenjoyable, they just lack that extra spark and uniqueness that Pixar usually has. Kind of just settling for being really average. At first, I kind of scoffed it off at just being the amount of sequels we were getting, but even then, this year's Onward just kind of felt middle of the road. Nothing inherently bad about it, but it failed to be really anything special for me. So I was still very excited going into this movie. I was hesitant knowing that this movie could end up like the other Pixar movies of recent memory. However, I am very glad to say that I pretty much loved Soul. Right from the opening scene, the movie gave me exactly what I was hoping for and so much more. I couldn't have been happier with the final product. First things first, the animation is incredible. I feel like I need to point that out for every Pixar movie I talk about. With this, it just is on a whole other level. It joins the ranks of Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse and The Nightmare Before Christmas for some of the most gorgeous animation I've ever seen. The backgrounds and objects look completely realistic, but never to the point that reaches the uncanny valley. The character models and setting are very stylish and surprise me with how unique they are. The movie really set itself aside in the animation department in the best way possible. Some of the best animation I've seen ever. The script and story were fantastic. Even if the style and personality of the movie is what really makes it stand out to me, the excellent script gives Soul a great foundation. Something that's been really lacking in recent Pixar outings. The two main characters, Joe and Number 22, are some of the most likable in any movie that came out this year. The dialogue is quick and keeps you on your toes, and the emotional moments really, really hit hard. This easily could have been a very cheesy movie, but it isn't in the slightest. Every emotional beat feels extremely real and heartfelt, never leaning too heavily into one emotion and just being a genuinely wholesome experience. The one word I use to describe while watching this entire movie is genuine and human, and it really works on so many levels. The best kind of Pixar movies are the ones that also work if they weren't family movies. The Incredibles, Monsters, Inc., Coco, they all work on their own merits and don't try to pander to little kids. Even if they are family movies and more PG, they could easily not be with a few rewrites and still be just as good. I feel the exact same way about Soul. The themes of mortality, getting the best out of life, and what it means to be really you resonate and once again make Soul stand out. This movie really goes the extra mile with its themes and maturity level. And one more thing I want to add just before I touch on the very few things I didn't like about the movie. This movie's style is what really makes it stand out. The personality, characters, a love of jazz music, and that kind of culture, it's just fantastic. It was just all so well done and so genuine that it was very, very good. However, I have one gripe with the movie that, it annoys me that I have this gripe with the movie, but the movie's, quote, antagonist, Terry. He's not really a villain, it's just kind of there to hinder the protagonists. He's not really an important part of the movie, he just is kind of a waste of time. His scenes weren't terrible, but they just were unnecessary. Kind of nitpicky to complain about, but these scenes would just throw off the pacing and were just kind of bothersome. If he was cut off from the movie completely, I don't think it would really matter. But really, that doesn't matter in the long run. Soul was everything I wanted from this movie and so much more. One of the most unique and enjoyable animated movies to come out in the past couple of years. For sure one of my favorites of this year, and I'm going to give it a very strong A-. Thank you guys so much for watching this review. Look forward to my review of Wonder Woman, Midnight Sky, and Mank. Those will all be coming out shortly, and then I will be rolling into my year-end lists. So look forward to that as well. See you guys later.